And this game, Terraforming, does have some crazy action, and it does have some twitch reflexes, but for the most part, it's more of a vibe. Like, you zone out, you're looking at everything, you're really chilling out, and you're just enjoying the game. And that, I think, is one of the features of Sid Mead's Terraforming. If you've never played it, it's pretty damn good. How is the audio, by the way? I think I want this one to be a little louder just so you can actually hear it. This has got a really good soundtrack, too. It's one of those games that I think generally in the PC Engine / TurboGrafx communities, it has like a polarizing view, a polarizing opinion of it. Because there's a lot of people who just are like, what was the point of it? Why release this in the US? With Gate of Thunder, Lords of Thunder, a plethora of shoot-'em-ups. Why did we need another one? Whereas some people have looked at this, and a very smaller group of people have looked at this, like me, and so this is one of the main, more important shoot-'em-ups on the Turbo library, and I love it. I think the intro sequence is very reminiscent of a Gate of Thunder, or like a epic sci-fi film, you know, from the 80s and 90s. I like it. I don't think it's as good as some of the best, but it's a really good shoot-'em-up. Let's see. Rank normally. Normal, hard, metal, or truth. We'll just put it on normal. It's very chill, and the graphics are, in my opinion, awesome. I love the effects in this one. Tons of parallax scrolling. This game does not hold back. Tons of power-ups. So this was one of those games where it powers you up pretty much immediately, and as long as you don't take a hit, you should be good to go. And it also gives you the option to power up your weapons pretty quickly and pretty frequently. And with little to no effort necessarily on my part, I'm kind of clearing the screen by just wiggling around a little bit here and there. Like I said, cozy atmosphere, chill game. Even the music is like this kind of like infusion jazz, like with some rock. I like this gun the best. Unfortunately, it does make a horrible sound. And it wants me to switch back to yellow, which I'm not going to do. I'm going to stick with blue. That's the sound I'm talking about. When there's nothing on the screen, it makes a terrible shooting sound. Where you can't really hear the music. That. I'd much rather listen to the explosions on screen. But you can probably tell this is a heat-seeking attack style, where it goes right after the bad guys. So I'm not really having to move much unless I need to dodge bullets coming at me. And you can charge your bullets up. For bosses, that's really good. I don't remember what red does, actually. I always liked the font, too. If you look at score and then the numbers, I always thought that was a really clever, like, font. I think I used to doodle in notebooks writing with that kind of font. Where, like, the 2 is just the bottom half of the 2. I love these graphics. Very cozy. And this boss, I always thought was so creepy and so awesome. Because first off, it looks very creepy. This game, the characters and the art style was inspired and designed by Sid Mead. If you're familiar with Sid Mead at all, Sid Mead is a designer who made lots of alien ships and designed a lot of creatures in like the movies Blade Runner, Alien back in the 80s. But they inspired, some of the art in this game was inspired and created by him, and so they call it Sid Mead's Terraforming in the US, weirdly enough, but in Japan it was just called Terraforming. Oh shit, I took a hit. Oh, and when you take a hit too, your weapons go down like a notch. Yeah, well, now I'm exposing his brains, which I always thought was ultra creepy. And you have to break away his brains to finish him off. As he's throwing parts of his brains at you. Which back in the 90s was considered controversial. Oh shit. There we go. Yeah, I love it. I just think the game's awesome. I exposed his brain pearl, and that's how we killed him, by killing his brain pearl. No frills, no story. Just killing things. Yay, I can level up now. Oh, I love the music in this stage. And the fucking effects are so cool. How it's going like inverted colors there. I don't know, I think that's pretty crazy cool. This is one of my favorite tracks as far as the soundtrack goes. It's got a really killer guitar solo. A lot of these turbo games too. So one of the weirdest things I think about turbo graphics games, especially the Red Book, the CD games back in the mid 90s, like 92 to 93 or 95, actually 95, is when seeing a power-up comes right away. Like, hey, I got your back, buddy. The soundtracks for like old school games, no one ever really thought anything about them. Like, the soundtrack, no one's going to listen to that stuff later on. Like, no one's going to ever pay attention to music in games. But in the credits of games, they would sometimes have, like, credits for the composer, credits for the game music designer, things like that. Sometimes. Not all the time. A lot of games didn't have that. They were just blips and bleeps from, you know, different... Like, the guy who made the graphics also made the music, and it was, like, beeps and blops and really didn't have anything important. Nothing really memorable. Retro games are so cool when you think about all the hoops and devs had to go through to code them, like, to put the whole game and music on such a small disc. Yeah, for real. But the turbo, in this time period, especially this game, Riot Zone, Lords of Thunder, Gate of Thunder, and Sapphire, I believe, they didn't give credit to any specific musicians or composers. They always just put in the credits, it said music by Tease Music. And Tease Music was just whatever band they would get together. Usually it was like a developer who knew how to play guitar, and then like a couple folks who also like were decent at music. And listen to this. This is that guitar solo. This is music, you know, this is like actual fucking 80s, 90s guitar shredding. But this, there's no history, and no one's come forward because Japan is so humble in who the musicians are, but no one has come forward to say like, yeah, I was one of the lead guitarists of Tease Music. I was the drummer. I was this guy. Like, nobody has ever said so who the musicians are. So like a lot of these games, when we go back and look at the composers, it just says Tease Music. And so nobody knows where, if they went on to do more games, if they're famous musicians. I mean, it's just crazy. I think it's crazy, crazy, amazing crazy. This music is out of this world good, in my humble opinion. But I don't know. It's crazy to me. Lords of Thunder is perhaps one of the best soundtracks I've ever heard in my entire life, and nobody really knows who composed it, other than Tease Music. It's like one of those weird things that are just lost unless someone from NEC, Hudson, the company Red, were to come forward and just say, yep, this is the musician, he passed away, or this is some famous guitarist. Because a lot of times they would, like Sega would take guitarists from bands like Guns N' Roses or Motley Crue, or there was a band called, oh fuck, it was on the tip of my tongue. It starts with an H and it's not Hanson, but it's like Nelson from the 80s. There's a band called Nelson, and one of their lead guitarists made the soundtracks for Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2. And it was, in my opinion, some of the best music that they'd ever done. I love Sonic Adventures 1 and 2 soundtracks. Oh shit, I'm gonna die. There we go. I don't know if I'm actually hitting it. Oh, I gotta kill this thing first. There we go. Ah! There we go. Not too bad of a boss, but we just have to be conscious of the method in which to kill it. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. Yeah, there's a ton of classic game soundtracks where there's just nobody written down as the musician or the composer. There's actually a lot of retro games that also... Oh, this song is awesome. Who've never come forward as even the development team. There used to be something called Ghost Developers back in the 80s and 90s for like Nintendo, Sega, whatever, and they would just say by Sega, and then nobody would ever really say who the development team was. It was just done by Sega. That's actually a pretty huge amount of retro games back during that time. I think there's a book about that, about games that have gone away into the history books that just nobody knows who did them. I made a special version of this game ISO, replacing the in-game music with some much better music, including the music syncing up with the background events. Oh, you did? Well, I want to hear this one. I honestly don't think there's anything wrong with this soundtrack. I love this soundtrack. Well, I died. I figured that was coming. I need some options, guys. Ah, fuck. Ooh, I'm taking a couple owies here. Oh yeah, these guys again. Come on. Jesus, Jaeger. Holy shit, I'm spilling the brains here. Oh my Lanta. Okay. I just game overed. Like, instantly. Holy shit. So is your ISO of this game available somewhere? Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, that was perfect. That's awesome. I started dicking around with that with Double Dragon 2, which I still want to do. My friend Hank and I are redoing the intro. Like translating it. I love the soundtrack in this game. I think it would be very jarring to me, honestly, to hear a different version of it. Ah, shoot. Double shoot. Jesus. Come off it. Oh my god. Remember all that? What the fuck? Is this where I always die? No, this doesn't make any sense. It like kicks my ass immediately. Look at these fucking platypus looking dudes. Lovely sound effects. Well, I know you talked about you dabbled in the past. Love and Thunder. Hey, by the way, welcome. Happy holidays. Happy Honda days. Dude, it's a thing. I don't know what's going on. My shit. I'm trying to collect it. Come on, dude. Sheesh. Now I'm screwed again, aren't I? Here comes the pain. Here comes the pain. Dude. That's not it. Holy shit balls. Oh, lamb. Lamb, damn it. Oh my god. What is happening? I'm getting smoked. This is not pretty. This is not ending up very nice to me here. I'm kind of sucking it up. Shit. Great. I swear the last time I played this I did much better. Matter of fact, I've seen much farther than this stage, so I don't know why I'm all of a sudden collapsing. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. I got my little pea shooters out now. Almost made all the same mistakes again. That's cool. Sheesh. Oh, I was instinctively pushing the speed up, speed down button, thinking it was a bomb, which it is not. Ugh. Great. Look at all this slowdown. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, my Lanta. Dude, stop. Holy pickles. Oh, that's cool. No worries. Just a little slowdown. Okay. Should I try one more time? Oh, no, I fucking let the continue go. Oh, my God. Yeah, that was pretty rough. Thanks, Sid Mead Terraforming, for smacking me around today. Well, let's